What's going on? Money Mike Slick Will, what's going on? Hey, I know you in California, so you sitting down there all locked down and everything. You can't do nothing. So time to leverage on the next move. Um, yeah, my bad, big face. What's going on? Big face, you get your insurance together, man. Where I've been busy, man. I've been busy, man. I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but I'm serious, man. I've just been busy, man. You know, like I didn't want it to be like this. I got a lot of things going on, and I didn't think it was gonna be like this. I thought it was gonna be easy to run rental properties and run a truck with my own authority, be married, and try to have a marriage and a relationship, and trying to run a business, two businesses, and find time to spend with my daughter. And I thought it was just gonna be easy, man. I can do it. Yeah, I can do it, man. I got this, man. I just been busy, man. That's just what it is. It's just been busy. Okay. Yeah, man, just shop around. I hope you taking advantage of this stimulus money. Yeah. Let's talk about the truth. Let's talk about the truth on the coronavirus. Let's talk about that. I know some of y'all believe everything in the news, right? Like, if y'all watch my videos long enough, you know I'm a fan of this movie called The Matrix, right? Any of y'all watch this movie, you need to go watch it. You don't need to watch the whole series, just the first one. You don't need to watch Matrix Revolutions. You don't need to watch all of them. I mean, if you like sci-fi movies, yeah, you can watch them all, but just watch the first one. What the first Matrix will explain everything that's going on right now. Because the thing is, I know like a lot of you guys, you believe everything in the news, you believe everything in front of you. You believe what your eyes, you assume that what your eyes see in front of you is the truth, right? If you look outside and the sky is blue, you believe that, right? You believe everything the government tell you. You believe the government is here to save you. The government is here for your well-being. The government is here for you. Bullshit. The government ain't here for you, dog. I'm sorry. Yep, that's the truth. That's the truth on the coronavirus. They act like they care about your safety, but they don't. Okay? The average American in America is no more than a pawn on a chessboard. Any of y'all play chess? I play chess. If you don't play chess, you need to play it. It's a fun game. If y'all any of y'all read the book The Art of War, any of y'all read that book? Check it out. So like with chess pieces on the chessboard, the two most important pieces on the chessboard is the king and the queen. That's the two, you know. Well, really, the most important piece on the chessboard is the queen. She can do anything. She can go all over the board, okay? She can go all over the board. The king, he can just do a square shape, go up, over, around, up, over. That's all the king can do. He can't do nothing. The king just sit big and fat in one spot. That's all he can do. He can do a step forward and a step to the left, step to the right. That's it. The queen, she can go, she can go all over the chessboard. Okay? So the point of me talking about chess and the matrix is when we're talking about this coronavirus, you gotta understand this coronavirus is a chess game, okay? For the elite people in the world, they're having fun with this coronavirus thing. This is no more than just politics, okay? Don't believe the government. The government don't care about your safety. They don't. Okay? They don't. Do not believe the garbage on the news. Okay? They don't care about your safety. They don't care if you stay at the house or not. Okay? Don't believe that garbage in the news. Okay? So the government is going to tell you, they're going to make a big deal about, okay, they have so many cases of coronavirus, right? Anybody with a calculator could understand that, okay, well, for every case of the coronavirus, there's like 1 million people. Okay, just use the calculator. And they make like it's such a big deal. It is a big deal. Any kind of death is a big deal. But they put poison in food. And we just eat it. Potato chips, cheeseburgers. They don't care about your safety. They don't care about your safety, man. They put poison in Coca-Cola and Pepsi. They put poison in the air. The air you breathe leaves the airplanes, all this crap floating around in the air, leave chemtrails and all this stuff, garbage in the air you breathe every day. But they're going to make a big deal about doggone coronavirus. They're going to make you believe that the hospitals are at top capacity. They can't take no more. Okay? They're going to make you believe that, okay, you know, like if you just Google, you will find out like on a regular day of the week, on a just regular day of the week, they'll make you believe that, okay, this coronavirus, well, don't you know, like so many thousands of people die every day just for the common cold. Okay? I mean, millions of people die every day. There are 3 to 4. Look, I didn't see the last statistics. How many people in this country? But it's about 400 million people in this country right now. 400 million people in this country. And if you do the ratio for how many people got, how many cases they got of corona, it's like 0.001% of the population. Now, I don't want to get the stuff, and I don't want the stuff spreading all over the place, but you can't shut down the world. You just can't completely shut down the world. Especially not America. Especially not America. In America, this country is built on commerce, exchange of goods and services. We got to communicate and touch and talk to each other. And like, you know, like they telling everybody to work from home and all this, you know, it's only 7% of the workforce works from home. Only 7% of the workforce works from home. So the other 93% of the workforce, you gonna tell them to work from home? Now let's talk about the national gross, the gross national product, okay? GDP. if everybody at home, if everybody at home, how do you think that's going to affect GDP? If we're running at like half capacity of commerce, production of gross revenues, okay, exchanging goods and services, if we just cut that in half, shit, the country will fall apart, man. Come on. We can't sit in this too long. They got to figure something out. Me and my wife were talking, man. I was thinking like, man, they're gonna issue spacesuits to everybody. We're gonna be driving the truck in spacesuits. Oh man, because this country has to be productive. Our country is not built on socialism. You can't just go around handing everybody checks. You can't do it. This country ain't built like that. This country ain't built for that. I get them maybe a couple more weeks, maybe another week. Damn, the economy is already crashing a little bit. Everybody can't work from home, man. Everybody can't work from home. And so, like I was saying to my intro, do not believe everything is in front of you. I'm a fan of y'all. If any of you guys are not sci-fi fans, I know some of y'all not sci-fi fans, but you need to watch this movie called The Matrix. Have an open mind and look past what the characters are saying. You got to look past it because there's a message that the movie is telling you. And that movie is the same exact thing that's going on right now. You got the government. I believe one of them countries one of them Asian countries over there sent that virus out as a form of bio warfare. If you got to watch your history, you got to know your history now. If you go back in the early 1900s during World War I, okay, let me see. I'm trying to think now. I'm rusty on my history, on my world history. I'm rusty. I'm trying to think. Okay, I'm trying to think. I'm a little rusty on my world history, but it's a few guys that started biowarfare doing the same thing by sending out a virus and sending it out in the air and as a political move. Hitler did it. Who else? Was it Mussolini? I think Mussolini did that jump. Who's the other guy? Shoot, I'm a little rusty on my world history, but y'all know what I'm talking about. This ain't the first time we had a pandemic in the works. Okay, it's a political move. It's all political. I don't think this was just an accident and there's a virus running around. No, it's political. It's business. It's all business. Okay. I'm trying to think. It's either because people don't understand government intervention in private business is essential. We gotta have it. Okay? We gotta have it. And see, a lot of guys don't understand the reason why that we have such a great economy, the reason that we have a great flourishing economy is because the government is sending out stimulus checks. Okay? It's because the government sends out stimulus checks. The reason why the U.S. has so much debt is all because the government financed private business. Okay? Why do you think the banks are the first ones to get bailouts? Because the banks are the ones that are institutions that facilitate financial growth. When you need a loan, where do you go? You go to the bank. You pay payroll from the bank. You go to the bank and get a truck. You go to the bank, you get the loan to go buy a truck. Okay? When Tesla goes public, what happens? Okay? When Facebook goes public, what happens? They have an initial public offering. Okay? They turn $1 into $1 million. That's what the government does. And so this coronavirus is just, to me, in my opinion, you got to look past all this. You got to know your history. This has been done before. This has been done 5 or 10 times already. All the way back to Julius Caesar. You got to know your history. Okay? So this is what I think happened. Trump, the heads of all the countries, they say, hey, man, do you want to go to war? No, I don't want to go to war. It's like, man, what can we do? Well, I want to go to war. Oh, let's put out a disease. Let's do that. Okay? Because you understand that wars facilitate economic growth. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but that's, y'all don't know your history. You don't know. So you go back in history, and so the heads of state, they get together and they be like, okay, if you go back through history, World War I, World War II, okay, the Great Depression. What happened after the Great Depression? The economy flourished so good, okay? Gold, the price of gold went up. In the 1940s and 1950s, the white picket fence and the Industrial Revolution and all this stuff due to the wars. Okay? We haven't had a big major war in a long time. We had little cute little wars. We drop a little bomb here and there. I'm talking about a major world war. We haven't had one in a long time. And I think the coronavirus is a substitute for that, because the coronavirus is a legway into the government facilitating economic growth. It gives the reason for the government to spend money. The government has to spend money. They have to manufacture money. They have to manufacture crap for a reason to spend and waste money. Okay? That's just my opinion. I might be crazy, but this is just my opinion after this, because I'm a fan. I love history. I love world history because it explains like everything. It explains just what we do, why we do, how we do it. It's just explanation to everything. I'm like, wow, this is why okay? You gotta go back to 15th century. This ain't the first time a virus has went out. This ain't the first time. Y'all think that this is the first time. Nah. Back when Jesus walked. This is serious. Okay, for example, the Christians and the Muslims, the Christians, the Muslims, and what was that other, the Romans, the Mormons, and what was the other religion? The Great Dynasty religion. It was the Asian dynasty. Okay, those people have been at war since the beginning of time. The Christians and the Muslims have been at war for ages, for centuries. Okay, they hate each other, and if you understand that, okay, Christian religion is still a fairly new religion. The Muslim religion been around a long time, way before. And so the Christian religion came about because the Muslims, it's Christians trying to get away from the Muslim religion. It's compared like, it's kind of like the new frontier. Columbus, when Queen Elizabeth sent Columbus over to find America, well, he didn't really find America. Magellan found America, but he took credit for it. But I thought this guy was gone. But I forgot. I was trying to make a point. I forgot what I I lost my train of thought. But the point is guys don't believe everything in the news, because the government will sit there and act like they give a damn about you. They really don't. The best thing you can do is have some 5.57s, a stockpile of 5.57 and an AR-15. I say that's about the best thing you can do. Have water, bleach, and a stockpile of 5.57 and an AR-15. That's what I say. That's what I say. Because when they issue martial law, I don't know if y'all know what martial law is, but when they issue martial law, that's why we have the amendment we have. The right to bear arms, that's why we have that. To protect us against martial law. Okay? And you know, if you go back in history, when all the women burnt their panties, and the Tea Party, and you go back through history when I'm trying to think, like all these historical moments when there is an uproaring of a situation where there's an uproaring of a revolution, right? People just wouldn't stand for it no more. I don't think we gotten that far yet, but this coronavirus is gonna have a ripple effect. It's gonna be an uproaring, a revolution. Okay, and if you got to watch The Matrix, because when you got the machines battling against the humans, we just ain't gonna take that shit for too long, and it's gonna be a point where we just ain't gonna stand for the bullshit no more. Okay, there's gonna be an uproaring, a situation where it's just, there's a ceiling where it's just, we ain't gonna take the shit no more. You know? So that's just my opinion on the truth about this coronavirus. That's just my opinion. So, you know, just my opinion. Are they done loading me? I'm also a trucker. Both stay safe and be blessed. People don't think about us. You gotta hire folks, man, and trust them. Go home, folks. Stop pulling that cheap freight. You funny. I've been buying up stock. Yeah, I've been doing that too, man. I've been buying up stock. Let me see. Let me log on to my account. I pretty much, I've been buying up stock, man. And hold on, let me go through these questions. I'm gonna talk about this stock, man. If you a student of Robert, man, who this? If you're a fan of Robert and Donald Trump, you will see all of them being redistributed. The first 30 minutes of that movie, learning lesson. That's right. Germany used gas and the English used bio on Native Americans. That's right. They saw a recession coming and used Rona as a cover up. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. First gen trucker. Yep, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Money is illusion. There's no real money. There's no real money in America. They print useless paper and move numbers around in the computer. That's exactly what they do, man. That's why I tell y'all to buy real tangible assets. Stop buying paper. Stop buying paper, man. You wipe your ass with it. Toilet paper is worth more than $1. You go to the grocery store, how much is toilet paper? How many dollars you got to put together to buy a roll of toilet paper? I'll wait. Toilet paper is worth more than doggone, especially right now during this corona period, Oh, you want me to come in? Oh. Oh. I don't want to stop this video. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go ahead and get my paperwork. I didn't know that was them calling me. I thought it was a spam. I thought that was spam calling me. Sign this paperwork. I'm sorry, that was you calling me? Oh, I thought that was spam. Okay, we're going to Kroger. Okay. Oh. And then I got to sign here. Oh, that one. And you said, okay. 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 Do y'all have to seal it? I can seal it. Okay. All right. Thank you.
They got Ebola going on, man. They want one person at a time. What's going on around here?
Yeah, they look lax here, but just, Oh, man. Let me see what y'all talking about. This guy in the office talking about they got him. When you think they're gonna go up All this spam, man. Ain't nothing but a bunch of spam. Trump was warned about the outbreak for months and did nothing. Oh, I'm caught up. But let me talk about these stocks. I got plenty of time on this load. Got a little short run, got a little short run here. Got a little short run. Hold on, I gotta wipe my hands off. I just came out that place. This is what I got here. I got a little bit of solution. It's this is bleach and bleach, water, and super clean. It's a little bit of bleach. It's a little bit of bleach, water, and some super clean, the greaser. And I mixed this up, and I got a paper towel, and I just wiped down my truck, man. Wipe my truck down. I be trying not to, when I go into a place, I try not to touch on my face. Because you be touching on doorknobs and be signing for paperwork and stuff like that. And, I try to keep my own pen on me. So when I go into a place, you don't want to catch this stuff, whatever it is. Wipe my steering wheel down. Wipe the steering wheel down. And that's all you can do, man. That's all you can do, man. That is all you can do. I'm gonna pull up over here and finish this video. I don't know what just happened, but let me see. You bought a pharmaceutical company? Okay. You bought some Ford? I wouldn't buy Ford. Ford ain't done well in years. I mean, I bought some Ford way back when it was like $1 a share. I bought like 100 shares. And I checked my account one time, and I cashed it out because I remember it was up to like $6 a share. I cashed it out. It was like $800. It was like 800. I turned $100 into 800. I wish I would have bought more. NGL, let's see. None of them I know about. Check the. I wouldn't mess with Ford. Ford has been garbage for a long time since. Ford has been garbage since 2008, basically. HHS trying to warn them. The river says it started March 19. 10-year and 2-year bonds inverted. do a test now for the dealership I started back in 2018. I need to hire employees. What? You got a dealership, man? You getting it, ain't you? Let me seal this trailer up, man. Talk to y'all about these stocks. Okay. Yeah. We got some pallets. That's what we got. We got a load of pallets up here. Yeah, he got this thing strapped in good. Yeah, he got this thing strapped in real good. Yeah. All right. We got this thing strapped in real good. I forgot to tell y'all. I went ahead and got some regular vents. I was gonna do a video about it. I got these vents put on here. I got them vents for $100. I was at the dealership. They want $300 for them vents. See them? I got them, put them vents on the trailer. All right, now we back in the truck, man. We back in the truck. Wells Fargo. Yeah, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, Wells Fargo is not like your average bank. Well, Wells Fargo, they make their money at Wells Fargo makes their money in the check cashing places. I don't know if any of y'all realize it or not, but Wells Fargo owns all the well, they own most of them around the country. They own the check cashing places, the title loan places, all the national title loan places. Those are owned by Wells Fargo, and they make a ton of money running the title loan places, the title loan, the check cashing places. You know, everywhere you go, these places that charge like 1,000%, basically that's what they charge. They charge anywhere from 500 to 1,000% on their money, and so they make a killing doing that. The micro loans, that's what Wells Fargo do, And so I looked into the like their holdings and their spreadsheet because Wells Fargo is a publicly traded company, so you can look at their press release and look at their spreadsheet and look at their holdings and what assets that they actually own and all their brands that they own. And so they own Wells Fargo owns a lot of stuff. Like the bank branches that you see, they own way more than that. They own a lot of stuff. They own car dealerships. They own car dealerships. They own credit unions. They do auto financing. They got their hands in a whole lot of stuff. So basically, I'm saying Wells Fargo, they're kind of tricky. They're kind of tricky, but I think Wells Fargo is going to be around a long time. They got their hands in a lot of stuff, especially the stuff that matters. Okay, Wells Fargo's got their hands in a lot of things, the things that matter, because like doing title loan places and check cashing places, those places are right there in the community. Okay, just like lottery, cigarettes, like those check cashing places, they play on like those type of people that go and get cigarettes, play lotto, and drink beer on the corner. And those people who just trying to get by, they got to pay for a car that's like worth $2,000, and they get a title loan on it for $1,000, $500, and they pay 20% interest, on a $500 loan. Okay, and so that's what Wells Fargo, that's what their business is. That's what their core is. If you don't believe me, you can look at them and check. JP Morgan and Chase, they kind of do the same thing, but not quite. They're not like Wells Fargo has got a large holding of like check cashing places and title loan places, like these small like micro loan type places. That's what they call them, micro loans. If you want to borrow like $500, they charge you 40% interest. You borrow $500, you pay back $2,000. But if you want to buy some Wells Fargo stock, it's not bad. I would, I would look into it. It's not bad. Why are freight rates like this? Paul Robertson, freight rates are like this because of supply and demand, purely. It's just a matter of supply and demand. So the coronavirus, the coronavirus, the ruling behind the coronavirus, because it's not the coronavirus, it's the lawmakers, the people in the White House. So the ruling of the coronavirus and the decision makers of the coronavirus made such an abrupt decision so fast where the market didn't have time to catch up with it. So it's almost like you walk into a room and just turn off all the lights. That's essentially what they did. It's almost like you got the speaker that's running full blast. You know what I mean? The American economy is running at 80-90% capacity. Everybody running and making money, working, spending money, buying clothes, cars, and shoes. And then they say, don't stay home. Don't go home. And then you just stuck in midair. Like, what? That's what the market is doing right now. And so the reason why the freight rates are like this, because the lawmakers made such an abrupt decision overnight, and they just cut the spigot off. And so the market is shocked, and it's just like, okay, what we supposed to do now? And so you telling people to stay home just like that, and they ain't even expect it. It caught me off guard. I ain't even see it coming. I knew this year we was gonna see a crash, but I didn't know it was coming. So like all last year I was paying off debt, and like I figure it's coming like I don't got no debt except my truck trailer and my house. My cars are paid for. I got I got like 60 grand cash in the bank. I got a little credit card with a little debt on it. I'm pretty comfortable, you know what I mean? So I want to do better. I want to get my truck and trailer paid off, and it's a lot of other things I want to do. But like I'm not like a lot of people out here. I've been talking to some people. They can't handle no kind of slowdown at all, man. Like they couldn't take it. You know what I mean? They just couldn't take it. But um um so the thing is, that's why the freight rates is supply and demand, because the lawmakers basically told American corporations to stop letting employees to come to work. And so you got all these trucks out here waiting for freight. Everybody can't pull hand sanitizer and wipes. Everybody can't pull all that freight. So Procter & Gamble, S.C. Johnson, Clorox, they got all the wipes and the bleach and the paper towels at Georgia Pacific and Internet. Everybody can't haul that freight. And so all the freight that's moving out here is paper towels, hand sanitizer, wipes, cleaning ingredients and supplies, plastics, caps for bottles and all that stuff. And so all at one time, and it's only so many trucks out here could pull that freight, and the only freight out here that's moving is cleaning shit, personal hygiene stuff, pharmaceuticals, you know what I mean? So that's the only stuff that's moving. Now canned goods are moving, Pepsi is moving, Coke, drinks and regular stuff, auto parts and all the other normal day-to-day stuff. But that's just my opinion on that's what's going on with the market, because it's only been a couple weeks. It's only been about 3-4 weeks. You know what I mean? It haven't been that long. So it's surely but slowly, the market has to correct itself to this corona stuff. And then once the market corrects itself for the corona stuff, and I'm talking about a correction, when you look at a map, when you look at a graph, I don't know if you guys study like economics and like stocks and stuff like that. So when you're looking at like the economy, the GDP, if you go back the last couple of weeks, you're gonna see a sharp curve, right? It's gonna be like a straight line. If you look at the graph, it's like you see all the zigzag and all the way down like nothing, right? You're gonna see that, but then you can see it like curving, a bottom out, upside down like mushroom kind of thing, and you can see it slowly but slowly coming back, and that's a correction. It's coming back. And so once the market come back, then by then I figure the lawmakers will make up what they want to do with this thing, and start letting people going back to work. Double APL, Apple, I wouldn't mess with none of those. Apple, Tesla, Visa, I wouldn't mess with none of them. Microloans, yeah, microloans. Microloans are loans like less than like $1,000. Less than $2,000. That's what the banks call them, microloans. And they charge a ridiculous interest rates. Those title loan places, those corner, any like low impoverished neighborhood have a title loan, check cash in place. They charge a ridiculous fee to cash a check from a staffing agency. So like all these people who stand on the corner, smoke cigarettes, these are types of people who I I grew up in that neighborhood, so I'm not trying to talk down. You know, some of my buddies that I grew up with, you know, in the neighborhood, they that's what they do now. They stand on the corner, they work 2 or 3 days out of the week at a staffing agency, a manpower staffing agency. They get their little check, they go to the corner store, or they go to the check cashing place that charge them $3-4 to cash a check. Okay? Or they take out a loan at the check cashing place, or they take out a title loan. They got a little pay for a car, right? That's worth $1,000, and they take out a $5,000 title loan. You bring the title in there, and they give you a $500 loan against this car. You know what I mean? And so that's what I was talking about with Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo owns a lot of these places. If you look at their spreadsheet, their holdings represents a lot of those places. It's a large portion of their portfolio. If you start digging in their stuff. Tell people to read the 10K report. Hey, you know more than me, man. I know some stuff, but I don't know a whole lot. I don't know what the 10K report is. You probably calling it a different name. You know, I probably know what the 10K report is, but, you know, I don't know. Do you only buy large cap, or do you also buy small cap, mid cap stocks? I usually mess with large cap. I usually mess with large cap because large cap, these are established big ass companies. And when you're talking about retirement, because on my videos, I come from a working class place, okay? And when we talking about a working class person, and when we talking about working class people, I'm talking about people who are trying to retire with something. And so if you're trying to retire with something, you need to invest your money into companies that are established, and they're not going nowhere. I don't want to say they're not going nowhere, but you're confident in what you've invested your money in. And so when you look at a company that's been around 30 years, this is like a Home Depot. They've been around 30 years. The odds that Home Depot is going to crash or go out of business is very slim, because everybody has a house, and Home Depot is a very stable retail place because everybody has a house. It may slow down a little bit, but Home Depot ain't going nowhere. Somebody has to come along and completely revolutionize the home improvement retail market. And I don't think I have seen anybody. You can't buy wood on Amazon. You can't buy a sink on Amazon. You can't buy a toilet on Amazon. And so Home Depot has got a niche market, that home improvement retail area. They ain't going nowhere. And so when we talking about retiring, on my video, retiring 30 years out, 40 years out, that's what I'm talking about. And so I look at large caps for that purpose. Now, small cap companies are typically companies that startups or small companies. There's small companies. Mid caps are the medium sized companies. You know, they're big, but they not like a Home Depot. Okay, they're public, but they're not like a Home Depot. You know, they might have like 1,000 employees or so. Home Depot, they got 50,000 employees, 20,000 employees. A Walmart, they got 100,000 employees. You know what I mean? So it's you know, small caps, those are the large mom and pop companies. These are the companies that have made it from, they came up out of the mom and pop and they're going public. So these are the new companies. These are like the Facebooks, the small caps. I mean, Facebook, I would say Facebook is probably getting into the large cap zone, because cap mean capitalization. So as far as their capitalization rate, I would say Facebook is probably, but the point, I was just trying to make a point. So I was just trying to make a point and get you understanding. So there's a reason. There's a reasoning behind everything. You just can't say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this." Well, why? Well, that's why. On my videos, you're gonna hear me talk about large cap companies because I talk about retirement. Now, if you into day trading, yeah, you can do the small caps. That's what small caps are there for, the penny stocks. Okay, you know, you can buy 1,000 shares of XYB company. They worth 20 cents. I have a few of those, you know. I have a few of those stocks. They're worth like 10 and 15 cents, you know. You can buy 1,000 shares for like $10. Oh man. Did you apply for the 10,000 SBA loan? Yes, I did. When the thing first came out, I applied for it. I was gonna make a video about it, but you know, by now everybody done made a video about it, so ain't no point making a video about it. After all this madness, do you think the market will boom? Yes, I think the market will boom. That's just like saying, in 2008, did the market boom? In 2008, I remember the stock market was like the market was like 5,600. The market was on sale. That's how I bought my first rental property. I had like about $5,000 or $6,000 in my 401k that I brought from another company that I got fired from. I got fired from this company. I had about $5,000 or $6,000. Okay. And I rolled it over into my my Roth IRA, and like somewhere around 2007, 2008, I was working, and then the market went on sale. It was like 5,600 back in 2008. If y'all don't believe me, y'all can, because you know, that's why I tell y'all don't believe everything in the news, because I remember watching on the news that, like, I'd be listening to the news, they'd be lying. I'd be like, oh my God, they're so lying. That is not true. They are lying. Why they're lying to people? They're lying. They're lying. But anyway, the market was like 5,600. I remember looking at it. I went on and stopped buying $1,000 here, I put $1,000 in this mutual fund, $1,000 in that mutual fund. I bought $5,000 here. I bought $1,000 here. And when the market came back, it was like 2015, maybe 2014, 2015. My retirement account had almost, my retirement account, well, a portion of it, not all of it, a portion of it that I was using, I was going to use it for something else. A portion of it, it had about 25,000 in there. So that means my money, I had about 6,000 in there. So my money like multiplied like 3-4 times. All right. So I took that money and I went and I took some of that money out of there and went and bought a rental property. That's how I bought my first rental property. It's like $35,000 for the rental property. And you know, yeah, the market's on sale, man. Y'all better get out there and get it, man. Shoot, stop playing. If you got a couple dollars laying around, 5 or 10,000, man, put 5,000 out there and see what happens. Now, I don't believe in buying individual stocks, you know, but if you see a couple of stocks out there and you got 20,000 in the bank, put like 2 or 3,000 on a couple stocks and see what happens. Next year, about this time, I believe you're gonna turn $2,000 into like 8, you know, 6, 7, or 8, something like that. So I mean, that's the deal.
What's your thoughts on power only pulling other companies' trailer? Do I get my own trailer to make decent money? It depends. It see, I can tell by your question. It just depends. And because if you looking for like just the money, making more money, then yeah, I would do power only. Because in a lot of cases you can make just as much money with your own trailer. But it just depends on what you're trying to do. Like me, I don't like bullshit. I don't like dealing with a lot of bullshit. So I would rather have my own trailer to make the same money because I like the control. I don't like dealing with the bullshit. Because when you got somebody else's trailer, that means you got to listen to what they tell you what to do. If that trailer gets a flat tire, or if the load, if the delivery on the load, if you go and pick up a load, right, and the load ain't ready, and let me see, am I still on here? I don't know what happened, man. My phone glitched out for some reason. Was that a Roth IRA you used to buy your first rental? It was a Roth. Yeah, it was a Roth. I don't believe in traditional IRAs. I would suggest no one to get a traditional IRA. That's you're a fool for getting such a thing. If you ask me and you ask me about your financial planning situation, do not get a traditional. Do not get a traditional. You're wasting your time, because a traditional, you got to pay taxes when you start drawing on the money. That don't make no sense. Like if you have a choice between one or the other, like why would you do a traditional? Like it doesn't make sense. Because when you start drawing on a Roth IRA, you already paid the taxes. And so say at retirement, you 60 years old and you ready to retire. You got $500,000 in this account. Okay. Cash out the doggone account, or whenever your retirement age, because they got the limits. I think it's 57, 58, 62 and a half and all that. Okay, when you reach retirement age, okay, you got 500,000 in there, right? Cash it out. Okay. You can cash it out. Well, you don't want to cash the whole thing out, but the thing is, when you start drawing on it, you can set a draw off about, whatever the tax rate is and some other things, and whatever your 500,000 is making. You set a draw off about, let me see, say you got 500,000 in there times, yeah, set a draw, say you got 500,000 in there, set a draw about 5%. 5% will give you 25,000 a year. If you set a draw of 5%, that'll give you 25,000. That means you don't have to pay taxes on the 25,000 legally. All that, and see, the thing is, you may have only put in maybe 100,000 in there. The other 400,000 is all growth, inflation, and is all the other crap that came up through the market, right? And you just benefited off it. So you got 500,000 and you do a 5% draw. You draw 5% off your 500,000. That'll give you 25,000. Let's say you did 7% draw. That'll give you 35,000 a year. That's $35,000 a year, no tax. Now, if you had a traditional, whenever you reach retirement age, that means you got to pay taxes on whatever you're drawing off your traditional. That means you're paying taxes on the whole growth. That don't make sense. I'd rather pay taxes now, and then when I start drawing on it, I don't have to worry about taxes. I mean, that's just common sense. That's a no-brainer. That's what they call a no-brainer. Like, no-brainer. That ain't even an argument. That's not even an argument I want to entertain. Somebody come at me like, man, I want to have a traditional. I hit you in the face because that's stupid. Why would you do that? It's dumb. If you do have a traditional right now, depending on what you got in it, depending on how much you got in it, I would transfer it to a Roth. If you only got like 10, 15,000 in it, I'll turn it to a Roth. Because pay them taxes now, you have to worry about the taxes later. You're going to pay 10, 20 times more taxes when you get the draw on the is you're going to pay 20 times the tax. Like, why would somebody want to pay more taxes? That's stupid. But there's a risk though, right? There's a risk because you may not reach retirement age. You might die. It's a risk. But I mean, hey, you got all these folk out here living by the day and talking about, oh, you can't, why you loving the money, and this is broke people talking. Oh, I don't love money, and you gonna die anyway. You can't take it with you, and all this dumb shit broke people be talking, right? Well, the reason why you're broke, that's why you think like that. That's why you don't have nothing. It's like I be laughing when I be listening to some folk. I just be like, oh my God, you're gonna stay broke for the rest of your life. I'm sorry. You're stupid. You're not listening. You don't read. You gotta read. It's like, I don't know what it is. Like, stupid people pride themselves of being stupid. Like, I don't understand. Like I don't get it. Like, how about you not listen to me? Go read some stuff, then come back, then have an intelligent conversation. But no, they rather stay stupid and sit here and speak on stuff that they don't know what they're talking about and stay stupid. Like, how about you just shut your mouth, go read, and then you can compete with me and have an intelligent conversation. But it's like I bump into these people all the time. I don't even say nothing no more. I just be like, you stupid. You glorifying stupidity. You're stupid. I can't do it. Has the Dow hit the bottom yet? I don't think you'll be able to, first gen trucker, I don't think you're gonna be able to find any real estate deals out here unless because real estate, the coronavirus isn't tied to the real estate isn't tied to the coronavirus. It's tied to it a little bit. Like, for example, if the coronavirus forced a small company to go out of business, then, and say the owners of the business or the guys that were running the business, okay, but you talking about houses that's like, 3, 4, 500,000, and the fact whether they can afford that house, they was already stretched beyond their means anyway. But you're not gonna find a bunch of houses for like 100,000 going on sale for like 30, because those are the houses I buy. I buy houses in that $20,000 to $40,000 range, somewhere in there. And so you it's gonna be very difficult to find a deal. I'm talking about a deal, tax sale deal, because these are the deals that are already been circling around already. It's just, they just fell in your lap. And so for real estate become an issue, it's gonna be a while, because it takes about 60 to 90 days for a bank to foreclosure. And so before a property reach your lap and go through foreclosure and go through all that legal garbage to get on the market, to be able to go for half of what it was, or say somebody died that had corona or something, somebody had corona and they died, then yeah, you can go through probate and see if you can find that property on probate. But it's gonna be a while before you can see the repercussions of the corona reflect real estate, because corona is just not directly related to real estate. You know what I mean? It's not a direct hit. So I would say maybe in 6 months you would probably see maybe six to 9 months or so like that, because it takes that much longer, you know, because if somebody can't make their mortgage payment to get to foreclosure, it takes 60 to 90 days. They got to go through all the court stuff, and that takes time. So yeah, it's gonna be a while before you can see deals reflecting in Corona. But yeah, I mean, if you do find a deal, it'll be a deal that was already a deal 3 months ago before the Corona came along. You know what I mean? As the Dow hit, no, I already read that one. I was going to get a Roth under my business name, pay yourself through ADP with the Roth as an employee and a business owner. I could double my tax return and boost my. That's a great idea, First Gen Trucker. You be coming up with some amazing ideas. That's an amazing idea, First Gen. Damn. God damn, First Gen. You be coming up with some gems, man. Yeah. I do have a money market account in my business name, but I just don't use it because I was gonna do what you're talking about, but I was gonna do it as self-employed. I wasn't gonna do it like that. I wasn't gonna do it all with the payroll company and all that. But you can do a self-employed 401k plan, a SEP. What is it? A SEP thing? SEP, whatever. I was gonna do that. I don't know. I just got my personal Roth IRA. I've had my Roth IRA for since I had my first job. Yeah, wow. Let me see. 28. Wow. I've had it for 20 years. Wow. I don't think about it. I'm getting old, man. Wow. I'm getting old, man. Damn. I've had it for 20 years. Wow. But yeah, I've had my Roth since I got my first job. And you know, eyes be reading. Yeah, man, that's all it takes. I used to be the dumb guy until I started reading. Now, you don't have to physically read. We in these trucks all day long for 10, 11, 12 hours. There's no reason you should be able to pull up an audiobook on taxes. Go on Audible, download an audiobook on taxes. You just listen to the audiobook. You driving down the road and the audiobook talk 10 hours on taxes. The whole tax game. Just teach you all the tax game, right? You can download an audiobook on business development. You can list hours and hours of business development. You can download an audiobook on coronavirus. I mean, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's just like guys, I mean, you can get a PhD degree riding up and down the road in these trucks. We have all this time. We just holding the steering wheel. We calling a couple brokers every blue moon. And once you got all your stuff situated, pull on your doggone audiobook. Turn off this garbage music y'all be listening to. I be pulling up next to y'all be having the music bumping, and it's like that garbage going in your ear. You wasting all that time, all that Future, and who be on the radio? What y'all be listening to on the radio these days? I have no idea. I be trying to spend my time filling my head up with knowledge in my head. So you know, you're going down the road 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day. There's no reason why you can't listen to an audiobook. You know, there's no reason. You know, I mean, the reasons why I'm sitting here with my own truck and trailer, my own authority, it's because I don't listen to audiobooks, you know, and do my own taxes. I be trying to tell y'all, you know, that's just the bottom line. But we be in this truck. I be pulling up next to y'all. Y'all be playing, y'all be bumping, whatever it is, y'all be bumping the same song you done heard 20 times. They ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about nothing. They ain't helping you. Just passing the time, just wasting time. So then you listen to this song 20 times, all the way up to you age 60. Don't know nothing. Dumb as a doorknob. Dumb as a doorknob. Don't know nothing about nothing. You own the truck 30 years, don't know nothing. don't know nothing. Running up and down the road for 20, 30, 40 years, don't know nothing. Don't know nothing about taxes, business development. Don't know what's inside your retirement account. Don't know nothing. Don't know nothing. Just trucks. I know trucks. I've been in trucking 40. I bump into guys all the time. I bumped into an old guy last week. He was boasting, man, I've been in trucking for 45 years. And so we was sitting here talking. We was talking. We standing in front of our truck. We both getting loaded at the same place. And you know how truck drivers be. We love to talk, man. We love to talk. As y'all can see, I got a 48 minutes on my video. I love talking. And so we started talking. We started talking about finances and stuff like that. So I came out and just asked him, you got to pay for a house? Your house paid for? It sounds good. You making $1,500 a week. And as a company driver, and you've been in trucking 45 years, your house need to be paid for. He's like, oh, no, man, I got 2 ex-wives, and, you know, I got an ex-wife living in another house, and, you know, and I was like, man, because the guy, he look in great shape for his age. He's in great shape. You know, older gentleman, I think he was about 60. He said he was about 63, 64 years old. In my mind, when I start hearing them numbers, 60, it's time to get the hell out of the truck. It's trying to get the fuck out of this truck. I'm sorry. It's time to get the fuck out of this truck. When I hit 60, I don't want to be nowhere near no damn truck. The closest thing to me running a truck would be running a trucking business that I built. That's other than that, you won't see me nowhere close to no truck at 60-something years old. No way. No way. That's not a goal. That's not a goal that I want to, that's not something I want to be proud of walking down the street boasting about. Man, I've been in trucking 55 years and you still in a damn truck. You should have $1 million. You should have $1.5 million in the bank in your, you should have 1.5 million in your Roth IRA account, and you should be taking a draw of about 10% off that mug. You got, let me see, you got 1.5 million in your Roth IRA times, if you do 5% draw, you do 1.5 million times 0.05. That's $75,000 a year, tax free, because it's in a Roth. Done. I'm the end of the video. Done. That's it. It's over. I'm about to go and get on my load. I'm done. 1.5 million. It's doable. We in trucks. It's doable. You can get 1.5 million in about 15 years. If you get your CDL at 21 and truck for 15 years, save every last dime. Don't worry about no apartment. Don't worry about no house. You can buy a little truck, cash truck for about 10,000. Buy a little cash truck for about 15,000. You know, you buy a little cash truck to sit at the terminal for about 8, 9, 10,000. So when you come to the terminal, you have something to ride around in. You know, when you come home for Christmas and see your buddies and you know, you might even have a girl. You know, have a little relationship with a girl, man, and truck for about 15 years. You can have 1.5 million in the bank at age 35. You can. Yes, you can. At age 35, 40. At 40, you can retire with 1.5 million in your Roth IRA and do a 5% draw, and you can have $75,000 coming into your checking account every year. Early retirement. That'll give you time to go do other things. I mean, you know, but, you know, a lot of guys, young guys, 21 years old, I wish I would have done it. It's just my mind wasn't there. Nobody can teach me the game. But if you young watching my videos, 21, 22, 23, 24 years old, do what I just said. At 40, 45 years old, you can retire with $1 million, $2 million in the bank. You can retire with $1 million, $2 million in the bank, and do a 5, 6, 7% draw, and you ain't got to worry about money no more. That's it. You done. You ain't worrying about money no more. You're not worrying about money. You got a lot of problems, but money ain't one. You're not worrying about money no more. I mean, I grew up in the hood. Okay, I grew up in the hood, and so having like, what's 75,000? That's 1,300, 1,400 a week. That's 26. That's 5,500 a month. Growing up where I grew up, coming from where I come from, having $5K a month deposited into your account without no work, that ain't unheard of. To me, that's, I would like more, 10, 20, yeah, but that's you dreaming. You got to come to reality, okay? To be able to have $5K a month deposited into your checking account without working, like, to me, that's, unless you ex-military, you was in the military for 30 years or something like that, you're not gonna get that. Not everybody can work for the military, have a government job, like, very few people are able to do that. It's like 1 out of 10 people have work for the government. 1 out of 10 people. Like, that's not everybody can do that. And so if there's something that everybody can do, that's something everybody can do. And I'll be telling y'all in my videos. But hey, I gotta get going on this load. I got an hour on this video. I appreciate y'all. I ain't made a video in a while, but I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I'm gonna get off here. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching videos. I'll see y'all next time.